Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an Airbus pilot, and welcome back to the Airbus A220. Today we're going to fly one of the longest A220 flights that are currently getting served. That's the Air Canada Flight 757 from Montreal to San Francisco. Almost 2,300 nautical miles with a flight time of approximately 5 hours and 30 minutes. Air Canada uses the 220 on a lot of these flights. For example, you will also find flights from Toronto to San Francisco as well as Los Angeles, and the same thing from Montreal over here as well, all in the range of more than 5 hours. Now, let's get right into this one and start to prepare our ride for today's service. And the first thing you are going to notice is that we are going to have a look at the flight plan, and you will notice how little fuel the airplane actually needs for a flight like this. That's really the point where the A220 is so amazing. Let's take a seat over here, let's turn on the power. So batteries 1 and 2 are coming on, and while we're waiting for the system to power up, let's go ahead and have a look into our flight plan. So, Montreal to San Francisco. And then, let's scroll down a little bit. Now look at this. This is a 5.5 hour flight, and we only need less than 11 tons of fuel for that. Like, how amazing is that? For a passenger load of 138 passengers today. Like, that's really, really cool. This airplane is so incredibly efficient. Unbelievable. Now looking into the significant weather chart, well, here's our route of flight, more or less a straight line. The SIGWIX chart gives us some CBs in the area of Lake Michigan and Chicago, and then clear skies on our way over to San Francisco. Now from there, let's move right back up for a bit, and let's find the local airport weather. Scroll, 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 here we are. So, San Francisco is forecast quite okay. From 1800, we're gonna gust 30, but down the runway with clear skies. Now, that's probably what we are going to face on our arrival. Our alternate Sacramento is absolutely fantastic, and our departure here in Montreal is easy. Okay, so we've got that. Then let's scroll all the way up and have a look into our flight. We're leaving Montreal at 12:10, so that's in, let's see down here, that's in 25 minutes, so all easy going with that. And we are going to arrive half an hour early in San Francisco. We're at 63 tons takeoff weight over here and 50.2 tons zero fuel weight. And then with all of that in mind, I don't think we need any extra fuel. So looking at this down here, 13 tons takeoff weight plus taxi, 13.2 tons. And yeah, I think that's all we're gonna need today. So let's go into the load sheet, SimBrief import. Payload, we'll call it 13200, like this, 134 passengers, load aircraft, and that's it. Alright, now, even though we're flying 5.5 hours, the plane would have capacity for another 4.8 tons of fuel, so that's easily another 2.5 flight hours. I mean, how amazing is that? That's an 8-hour flight that this plane could do with 134 passengers on board. Quite amazing. Alright, so let's do the power on checklists here. ECL is on DO2, hydraulic systems are on, and then APU or external power is coming on. Alright, and that's the power on checklist completed. It's 20 degrees outside, so we don't need the APU just yet. And well, with that we can go right into the pre-flight checklist. First flight of the day, yes. Ice detector tests. Not simulated right now. Circuit breakers. All tracked. For the rudder trim, we gotta wait until the IRS alignment is complete. Then, oxygen masks are tested. Okay, airplane documents on board and checked. Open operations, engineering bulletins are checked. Emergency equipment checked. Gear pins on board overhead panel. So, starting up here, from the top to the bottom, everything is good on this side. Over here, everything is good. Over here, we're gonna turn the temperatures up a little bit, everything's good. Over here, we'll turn the emergency lights on. Then we can put the seatbelts on, no PEDs auto, lights are looking good. Going down then, we've got our overhead panel checked. Next up is going to be the glare shield. For that we'll take terrain, traffic, inches, and the same over here. And then we can go into the tune menu, and PFD nav minimum is deselected. That's all looking good. Let's also turn the brightness up a little bit, and that's the glare shield checked. So displays. For that, let's start down here. Overlay. Gonna take VSD, terrain, and traffic. And for the symbols, nearest, missed approach, range to altitude, and ETA and speeds. And we can do the same thing on the other side here. Like that. Alright, looking good. So, displays checked, ICAS and info. Let's see, the ICAS is looking good, and the info, that's gonna fix itself later on, but acknowledged for now. So those are checked. And then on page 2, altimeters. Let's see. We have a QNH of 2979. And that equals 1009 hectopascals. Like this. Alright, so altimeters are set and checked. Center panel is checked. Pedestal is checked, and side sticks are checked. Excellent, then we're just waiting for the alignment to complete, and then we can do the rudder trim test, and apart from that, we've completed our setups over here. So, by now, let's request boarding, please. And then let's just go down here, FMS on both sides, please. And yeah. Then let's get that table out, and let's start a little bit of work here. So CS300, Navigraph database, Pratt Whitney engine, and that's up to date, looking good. No need to do anything here. Then position, IRS are ticked on, GNSS are selected, and VORDME1 updating is selected. Then let's go for the flight plan uplink, please. Secondary, activate. Alright, so we will be Air Canada 757. Then let's get our flight plan. Like this. Alright, Air Canada 757, Montreal to San Francisco, flight level 340. Departing at 1210. Departures. Runway. Probably 24 left with the Montreal 5 departure. Let's select that for the time being, and then our arrival is going to be on the Dimed 5 from Yoke, and the approach will be an ILS 28 right and coming in from Archie. Alright, done. Our alternate is Sacramento, KSMF. And on the way to Sacramento, we'll be cruising in flight level 110. Like this. Now, let's go up. Wind 292 at 28 on average. ISA deviation plus 10. Okay, and with that we got our basic flight plan. And let's go to wind and temperatures and do the wind request. Here we go. Then we can go on to the fuel. And we are planned with a zero fuel weight of 50132 CGs, unknown for the time being, fuel 13200. Then taxi fuel is 122, like that. And execute. We'll see about that fuel required. I don't think so. Okay, then performance. Let's have a look at our takeoff data. So, takeoff performance, Montreal, runway 24 left, Tora full, surface dry, then let's get the ATIS to grab that weather. So, Montreal 5 departure, airport and airport info, let's see. Alright, and parking positions and coordinates should be on this one. Okay, so Atus 133.7. Which is going to be this one here. Alright, let's take a listen.
Altitude 800 feet. Flow control program in effect. Expect delays in departure sequencing. Advise on initial contact. You have information Foxtrot. Montreal / Pierre Elliott Trudeau International Airport. Information Foxtrot. 1000 Zulu. Arriving and departing runways 24 right, 24 left. Wind 230 at 5. Visibility 10. Broken at 13, 13,000. Broken at 18, 18,000. Overcast at 25,000. Temperature 20, dew point 17. Altimeter 29er 79er. Density altitude 800 feet. Flow control program in effect. Expect delays in departure sequencing. Advise on initial contact. You have information Foxtrot.
Alright, Atus Foxtrot is on board. And that is looking good. We'll do the rest of our frequencies later. For now, we've got a flaps 2 takeoff with the takeoff 1 rating, 36, 41, 46. So, takeoff 1 and climb 1. Flaps 2, bleed on engines. Anti-ice off, noise abatement procedure number 2. And then let's go for the speeds, which are 36, 41, 46. Alright, wind 230 at 6, temperature 20. Here we go, all in there. Then set V speeds. For the climb, transition altitude 18 is correct. Speeds are looking good. For the cruise, 340, 370, 370 is looking good. So we might consider level 360 straight away. And then let's have a look at the route page. So Montreal 5 departure is simply on the runway track 237. So that heading in here is not quite correct. Okay, 237. Let's pre-select that, then we'll use heading mode for the departure. Like this. 3000 is the minimum safe altitude, and initial climb jet aircraft maintain 5000. Okay. Good, so we got that stuff on board. Then let's go down to our arrival. Nope, didn't mean to copy Diamond. But in Yoke. So, copy, paste, looks good. And then we can find Archie as well. Copy, paste. Also looks good. Alright, execute. And finally, for the departure, Charlie Yankee Uniform Lima and 25-mile ring for the MSA and the engine outset. Alright, copy that to the secondary, and that's all we'll need. So then our IRS alignment is complete, so let's just go back to the checklist here. Rudder trim. Is checked, and that's the pre-flight checklist complete. Okay, our FMS is also set up, so let's go ahead and call for IFR clearance, and thereafter we can do our briefing. So, Montreal clearance 125.6. Montreal clearance, bonjour, Air Canada 757, information, Mike, request IFR clearance to San Francisco. Okay, and ground is going to be on, well, it's probably the west ground, 1210 later on. And that's set.
Air Canada 757, cleared to San Francisco. Radar vectors Keska. Then as filed. Climb 5000. Expect flight level 34010 minutes after departure. Departure on 134.15. Squawk 3421. Expect runway 24 left.
Canada 757 is cleared to San Francisco via radar vectors, climbing 5000, departure 13415, squawk 3421. Alright, so 24 left, Montreal 5, which basically is radar vectors, 5000.
Read back correct. Ground will be on 121.0.
1210, Air Canada 757. Okay, departure 13415. Pre-selected and the squawk 3421. Okay, like this. So everything is in here, everything is looking good. Then we can go ahead and start with our departure briefing. But before that, let's just press Toga, heading VNAV. Why did the heading change? 237 please. Like that. Alright, beautiful. So, then let's go for the briefing. We are going to depart from Montreal, runway 24 left, and we got the radar vectors, kilometer 5000, MSA 3000, extra fuel and time. Let's see if it's still streaming for more. It is, but I don't really think so. No, it's gonna be good. Okay, so that's my part. Thanks for that. Now, we are going to depart from runway 24 left and taxi to get there. No hotspots. I do not have a stop margin, but the runway is more than long enough at 3 kilometers here, so I'm not worried about that. Our sit is, or rather our engine out sits straight at 25 miles, climbing 3000. If we need to make an immediate return, let's see if we're actually above the max landing weight. I think we may be. So yeah, landing weight 61, we're at 2000 kilos above the max landing weight here. We can nonetheless return immediately, so overweight landing procedures do apply. Apart from that, we've got nothing special, nothing non-standard. Do you see any threats? Nope. Alright, so that's a departure briefing completed. So, looks like boarding could be completed. Yes, boarding is completed. Good. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning from the flight deck. This is your captain speaking. My name is Emmanuel, and in the name of Air Canada, I would like to welcome you all on board of our Airbus A220 on our flight to San Francisco. The flight time today is going to be approximately 5.5 hours. We're expecting a smooth flight with an on-time arrival. Thank you very much for being our guest. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight with us. If there is anything we can do for you to make it more comfortable, please do not hesitate to ask any of our charming cabin crews. Thank you very much for your attention, and once again, welcome on board. Okay, so we're pretty much done with everything, so let's go for the low treat. And we got 50286. So, a little bit heavier than planned. 50286, and the center of gravity is 33.8. Like that. Number of passengers 134, and that's all looking good. Execute. Okay, so our new takeoff weight is 63,400. 100 kilos more, probably not going to make a difference, but let's see. 364146. Yep, no difference. Fantastic. Alright, cool. Then we are done with our setup, so let's tell GSX to prepare the position for a pushback and departure. And then we can go ahead and... oh god, GSX. Resetting my FMAs here. Alright, then we can go ahead and get our pushback clearance. Montreal ground, bonjour, Air Canada 757, request pushback and startup.
Air Canada 757, push and start approved, face north.
Push and start approved, face north, Air Canada 757. Okay, APU starting, then we're just waiting for the beacon before releasing the brakes here, and most importantly, waiting for that APU. Right, give me the airlag page. The moment we see the APU gen come online, we can do the rest of our procedures here. Could have started the APU a bit earlier, but we'll get there. We'll get there. And how's it going? Almost there. Alright. And the APU generator is online.
WestJet 28908, runway 24 left taxi via south ramp.
Good,
east
so,
ramp,
before start checklist, departure briefing completed, APU or external power, APU, park and brake set, before start checklist complete. Ground from cockpit. So we're clear to push and start, the park and brake is set, and you can remove the power and the chocks, and then we're ready to go. Roger, please release park and brake. Park and brake released. Okay, start the pushback, and you are clear to start both engines. Thank you very much.
Alpha 5 WestJet 2902.
Okay. Oh, GSX. Okay, park and brake set again. Hey, what is it doing? So, nose left, I think. We'll see. Okay, please release park and brakes. Let's do that again. Park and brake released. Roger, and you're clear to start the engines. So, flight deck door closed. Looks good. Okay then, ground from flight deck. We are starting engine number 2. Clear to. Engine 2 start.
Jazz 631, taxi to parking via Bravo 4, Charlie, Alpha, Alpha 5, hold short of runway 24.
So I'm going to do a little experiment here and see if we can actually do single engine taxi out at this weight. If not, then we'll have to start the other engine. Okay, pushback completed, set parking brakes. Parking brake set.
Mobile phones and electronic devices must be set to flight mode, and larger devices should be securely stowed during takeoff and landing. Smoking and the use of e-cigarettes are prohibited anywhere on board, including the lavatories. If needed, oxygen masks will drop automatically.
Alright, the motoring is complete. Number 2 is coming up.
Flight vests are located under your seat or between the seats. To use, pull it out, place it over your head, and fasten it. Inflate it only after leaving the aircraft. Floor level lighting will guide you to the nearest exit, which is clearly marked. There are 2 exits located at the front and rear of the cabin, and the nearest exit may be behind you. In the event of an evacuation, please leave.
Alright. So ground, we have a good engine start. You're clear to disconnect. Show me the pin on the right hand side, please, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Ready for push and start.
Air Canada 371, push and start approved.
Push and start approved, Air Canada 371.
Okay. Now steering on. So we're going to delay the before taxi checklist until we have started the second engine. And then, Air Canada 757, request taxi. I'm wondering if that's going to work.
Air Canada 757, runway 24 left taxi via east taxiway, north ramp, Alpha 4, Alpha, Alpha 5.
East taxiway, north ramp, Alpha 4, Alpha, Alpha 5, runway 24 left, Air Canada 757. Okay. So, east, north ramp, Alpha 4, Alpha, and then Alpha 5 is the full length. Okay, well, not exactly ideal, but probably the best we are gonna get over here. Let's just see if we can get the ramp like that. Come here. Alright, so from down here, east and then north. Gotta be that one. Okay. So, clear on the left side, clear on the right side. Brakes off, let's go. Yeah, we can just about move at 40%. Alright, so we'll do a little tour of the bay over here, and then we will join the taxiway system. So give me those 40% and 1, please. The only thing we've got to be careful with now is going through turns. We've got to ensure that we are not going to lose our speed. If we stop in a turn, then we can... If we do stop in a turn, yeah, then we can just go straight ahead and start the other engine.
Air Canada 371, runway 24 left taxi via north ramp, Alpha 4, Alpha, Alpha 5.
But like this, as you can see,
Runway 24 left taxi
within
via
40% and 1,
Alpha 4, Alpha,
actually taxis
Alpha
pretty
5,
well.
Air Canada 371.
Okay, the right hand side is clear, and the left hand side is clear. Alright, we are going on to the northern ramp and then via Alpha 4 onto Alpha. So up here, then a right hand turn and over to the other side. Clear left side, clear right side, second taxiway to the right. And since there is nobody here, I am going to cut that one a little bit so that we don't have to brake. Because it takes so long to accelerate on a single engine that I'm not too eager on slowing the plane down. Okay. Very good. So I think once we're on Alpha, that's probably a good moment to commence the engine number 1 start.
Rouge 2030, runway 24 right taxi via south ramp, north ramp, Echo Bravo.
Runway 24 right taxi via south ramp, north ramp, Echo Bravo, Rouge 2030. WestJet 2962 ready for push.
WestJet 2962, push approved.
Okay, so straight ahead, Alpha 4 and Alpha. And then it looks like we're gonna be behind that other aircraft there anyway.
119.3 for tower, WestJet 2902.
Alright, over here everything's clear, so we can cut this a little bit.
Pushback approved, Jazz 4902.
Okay. So, look like we're stuck behind that other aircraft now.
Air Canada 403, push and start at your discretion.
Looks like... Oh, what is that?
Pushback approved. Air Canada 403.
I was about to say, it looks like an A220. But... it seems so much larger than ours.
WestJet 28908, contact tower on 119.3.
119.3 for tower, WestJet 28908.
Okay, so let's hope that this gentleman is actually going to taxi quickly. Alright, and then we can start engine 1. So, engine 1 start. This is going to take a little while again, around about 2 minutes. Let's just go ahead and time that, see what we're actually going to get.
Attention all aircraft, information Golf is now current, altimeter 2980. Air
Okay,
Canada
2980,
give way to the Rouge
it's still
A319 on your right.
1009. Good.
We'll give way to the Rouge A319, Air Canada 403.
Okay, so there's Alpha 5,
runway 24 left, taxi
Alpha 5 and Alpha 7 there. We are cleared to Alpha 5. Okay, so we got the first of the 2 taxiways. Well, if they're good, they've cleared the other one onto Alpha 7. Let's see about that.
Jazz 492 ready to taxi.
Jazz 492, runway 24 left, taxi via East Ramp, Alpha Mike, Alpha, Alpha 5.
Runway 24 left, taxi via East Ramp, Alpha Mike, Alpha, Alpha 5, Jazz 492.
In the meantime, V2 is pre-selected down here. Engine 1 is slowly starting, very good. Okay, and number 1 is available before taxi checklist. So, APU, off, anti-ice, cowl, auto, wing, auto, flaps, 2 selected, flight controls. Why is he slowing down?
Just 631, cross runway 24 left.
Okay, flight control track, full up,
4 left, Jazz 631.
full down, neutral, full left, full right, neutral, and the rudder responds. Okay. Okay, flight controls checked, and ICAS and info checked before takeoff, before taxi checklist complete.
Air Canada 1002 ready for push
Okay,
and start.
so we still have the FMS fuel message.
Air Canada 1002, push and start approved.
Let's just look into that for a second.
Approved. Air Canada
Yeah, the
1002.
trip fuel calculation is just not correct here. I do trust the SimReef profile here. So far it's always worked very well. Okay, before takeoff checklist. APU bleed, auto, FMS set, trims. .8 set, flaps 2, anti-ice, auto brake, RTO, ICAS and info, checked, thrust, checked, runway. Well, we're clearly on the way to 24 left over here. And cabin ready, before takeoff checklist complete. Okay, lovely.
728 ready for push
To
and
review
start.
our takeoff briefing, it's going to be a lefty takeoff, runway 24 left, flaps 2, noise abatement procedure number 2. The takeoff speeds are 136, 141, 146, which is pre-selected in the manual. And on the SID we got, I don't know why it's constantly changing that runway heading, but here we go. Heading 237 to 5000 and heading mode is armed. And we have nothing special or non-standard here. And in case of an engine out, we continue on the runway track 5000 to pick up the holding. Do you have any questions or suggestions on our briefing? No? Okay. So, Alpha 5 is going to be the next taxiway on the right-hand side. And that's prepared and looking good.
Air Canada 757, contact tower on 119.3. So long.
119.3, Air Canada 757, solo. Montreal Tower, bonjour, Air Canada 757, ready for departure.
Tower, Air Canada 371, short of 24 right, ready. Air Canada 371, winds 170 at 7, runway 24 right, cleared for takeoff. Cleared for takeoff, 24 right, Air Canada 371.
Montreal Tower, bonjour, Air Canada 757, ready for departure.
Air Canada 757, Montreal Tower, runway 24 left, hold short. You're number 1 behind the 220.
Approaching 24 left.
Alright. That's a nice view, isn't
Air
it?
Canada 757, runway 24 left, line up and wait.
Runway 24 left, line up and wait, Air Canada 757. Cabin crew, prepare for departure. Clear on the approach. And the company is airborne.
Air Canada 757, runway 24 left, winds 230 at 6, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 24
Runway
left.
24 left, clear for takeoff, Air Canada 757. Ready?
Air Canada 371, when ready, contact departure. Okay, switching to departure, Air Canada 371.
Thrust set. 80 knots, checked. Rotate. Positive climb. Gear up.
Jazz 7952, contact ground on 121.0.
Ground for Jazz 7952, good day.
Heading.
Rouge 2030, holding short of 24 right, ready to go.
Autopilot.
Rouge 2030, winds 170 at 7, runway 24 right, cleared for takeoff. Rolling 24 right, Rouge 2030. 3235, short of 24 left, ready. Cree 235, winds 170 at 7, runway 24 left, cleared for takeoff.
So, bye-bye Montreal. See you next time. Flaps 1, speed checked. Flaps 1. flap 0. Speed check, flap 0. Air Canada 757, shall we change to departure? That's probably a yes. Air Canada 757 switching to departure. Bye-bye. Montreal, bonjour, Air Canada 757, passing 3,000, climbing 5,000.
Air Canada 757, Montreal departure, radar contact, climb 10,000, turn right heading 330, direct Casco when able, then own navigation.
Climb 10,000, right heading 330, and we'll call you for Casco, Air Canada 757. Okay, 10,000 checked. And then let's see, Casco. Cascar.
Air Canada 757, contact Montreal Center on 134.4.
134.4, Air Canada 757. Okay, Cascar, execute. LNAV available? LNAV. What was that last frequency again?
The last frequency was 134.4 for Montreal Center.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Emmanuel. Let me know if you need anything else.
Well, if you're asking that way... No, we're not gonna go down the Ryanair Chief Pilot route.
Air Canada 301, flight level 350. Air Canada 301, Montreal Center identified.
Montreal, bonjour, Air Canada 757, passing 6,800, climbing 10,000.
Air Canada 301, maintain 260 knots. 260 knots, Air Canada 301. Air Canada 757, Montreal Center identified. Good morning, Montreal, altimeter 2980, climb 18,000.
2980, climbing 8,000, Air Canada 757. Set, 18,000 checked. So let's just turn that display brightness up a little bit. I just think they look better when we do. Easier to read. Okay. And then let's do the after takeoff checklist, please. So, ICAS, checked, after takeoff checklist complete. Alright, lovely. So, a couple of clouds that may be a little turbulent here, the way they look. So, we're probably going to leave that seatbelt sign on for a little bit longer. We're in Canada here, no VFR above level 100, as far as I remember. At least I couldn't find anything last time I looked it up, but you guys let me know in the comments below. Is there VFR traffic in Canada above 10,000, or is that a United States thing only? In any case, we're going through 10 over here, so I'm going to turn those lights off. Okay, so... Look at that, suddenly we have extra fuel. So the FMS was a little bit too conservative there. So, optimum maximum 370, cruising 340, then we can definitely request level 360. And yeah, I think that's all I got for the time being. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight with us. And if there is anything our cabin crew can do for you to make it more enjoyable, don't hesitate to ask any of them. Thank you very much, and then sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Oh, and I'm definitely gonna get the sunshades up over here, because there is nothing worse than having the sunshine right on your face for such a long time. Alright then, see you later on the approach to San Francisco.
runway 28 right approach into San Francisco. And have you got information, Juliet?
Alright, so Archie transition for the ILS to 8 right, so hopefully it's going to be pretty much a straight-in approach. Then we just went through level 180, so let's turn the lights on, signs on, and looking down here we got a QNH of 3005. Okay, and that's our setup. Now 3005 equals 1018, so let's make sure we got that as well. Here we go. Phenomenal. So that's our current position on the Dime 2 arrival, expecting the ILS approach runway 28 right. Now, looking into the weather, things look a little interesting here. 280 at 13, gust 20 and 16 degrees on a QNH of 3005, meaning we'll be using the full 10 knots increment for our approach. Now, from there, let's have a quick look into the charts. We're basically approaching the end of the standard arrival over here. Next altitude is 10,000 on our star, so let's put that up. And then we are joining the ILS to 8 right, coming from Archie, so basically from here all the way on to the final, like this. Minimum is 213, we've got 220 set in there. And yeah, with that I see a beautiful arrival ahead of us. Now let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the approach, and let's also give our passengers a quick PA. I'm gonna do the passengers first. Ladies and gentlemen from Flight Deck, this is your captain speaking. We have started our approach to San Francisco with a remaining flight time of about 15 minutes. Therefore, I have just turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. The weather in San Francisco a little bit cloudy and a bit of wind from the west at a temperature of 16 degrees Celsius. Thank you very much for flying Air Canada today. We hope you enjoyed the flight and look forward to welcoming you again on board our future service. In the meantime, like, comment and subscribe. No, not that part. In the meantime, we wish you a nice and safe onward journey. Thank you very much for your attention, and we hope to see you again soon. Alright, the passengers are briefed, then let's continue with our approach briefing over here. So, that's for you to start. Thank you. So we are going to start an ILS approach runway 28 right, Diamond 5 arrival, Archie transition, MSA up to 4,000. Actually up to 4,500, I believe. Let's just have a quick look down here. Yeah, something like that. Okay, and we are going down to a minimum of 220. The go around is pretty much straight out to VQ climbing 3,000, and then we can talk about extra fuel and time. And for that we got 2,600 kilos extra. No, that can't be. We only have 3,200. Oh, that's interesting. But yeah,
2356, good day.
We do have plenty of fuel on board. At least half an hour extra, or like 45 minutes. Okay then. We're going to fly a flight director guided ILS. Flaps 4, maximum reverse, auto rate medium. Vacate the runway to the left. Stop margin is about 1,000 meters. And we got a cross runway 28 left, which is the biggest threat we've got for this arrival. Apart from that, we've got nothing special, nothing non-standard. Threats? Well, the biggest threat I see is the runway crossing. We got to make sure that we ask ATC early enough that we get a crossing clearance. Yeah, that we do get a crossing clearance. And otherwise, if we don't get one, gotta make sure that we stop the airplane in time. Alright, and that's about what I got here. Do you have any questions or suggestions? No? Alright, fantastic. Then that's our approach briefing completed. I will take the radios now. That's just for my first officer.
We're tuned to NorCal approach on 128.325. Let me know if you need anything specific.
No, thanks, and thank you for the update. Oh, that's a very nice update, gotta say that. Alright, we're passing 10,000, lights on, signs on, and the cabin crew is aware as they have just started the announcement. Fantastic. Alright, so there's gonna be so many different altitude constraints coming up. What I'm gonna do is quite simple. We're cleared all the way on the arrival, so I'm going to go down to 3,000, at least up here. So 3,000 is set, and then you can see that the FMS automatically gives us the appropriate altitude constraints anyway. Alright, we're reaching 250. Then the 230 constraint is up next, so the plane should start a speed reduction any moment. With the emphasis on should. Just to be sure. Yeah, that pretty clearly says 230 down there. In 0.2 miles. Oh, now it realized. Well, that might have been a little bit too late. Well, here we go. Spoilers. Okay. Descent and approach checklist, please.
Air Canada 757, descend and maintain 3,000 feet, cleared for the ILS runway 28 right approach via Arch E.
Okay, set. 3,000 checked. Descend and maintain 3,000, cleared ILS 28 right from Arch E, Air Canada 757. Okay, and that's about as easy as it gets. Okay, so descent and approach checklist, please. FMS. Set, minima, 220, auto brake, medium, ICAS, checked, arrival briefing complete, descent and approach checklist complete. So unfortunately it is a little cloudy today. Which is a pity, because the San Francisco Bay area is really, really beautiful to fly into. But unfortunately, we're not going to see much of that today. Alright, let's put those sunshades away. And yeah, it's still looking really fantastic here. Alright, then let's go back into the flight deck. So, Tower's probably going to be up next, and he'll be on 1205. Okay, and that's set. Alright, flaps 1. Speed checked, flaps 1.
Over to NorCal departure on 128.325, Alaska 1311.
Okay, the approach speed is going to be 144.
NorCal departure on 128.325.
Might as well pre-select that.
Switching to NorCal departure on 128.325, Southwest 2130.
Here we go. Okay, and then we're cleared for the ILS. We are receiving good data. Approach mode armed.
Auto throttle. Auto throttle.
All manual. Alright, the speed is slowly coming back, and the ILS is armed, as you can see down there, so the moment that the localizer comes in, the airplane is going to intercept. Now the 220 is known to be a little rough on the intercept, but let's see how this one's going to work. Alright, VPath. Going down to 3,000, and then we'll aim to intercept the ILS. So, flaps 2. Look at what a nice continuous descent we can fly here. Alright, we do have 12 knots of wind from the front. That may get a little stronger when the gusts start to kick in. But we'll wait and see.
Air Canada 757, contact San Francisco Tower on 120.5.
1205, Air Canada 757, see ya. San Francisco Tower, Air Canada 757, established ILS 28 right. Alright, and 1219er is tuned for ground.
Canada 757, San Francisco Tower, runway 28 right, winds 280 and 13, gusting 20, cleared to land.
Runway 28 right, clear to land, Air Canada 757. Okay. So we're in 3000, we're entering the clouds. This is something that I always loved in the real world, by the way, when you have such a low cloud base. I've had a couple of flights back in my days on the 737, never had that on the A330 yet, but I had a couple of flights where the clouds were really overcast in like 500 or so. So you were basically in complete blue skies, but you would have to configure the airplane for a 1000 foot gate and do everything, and then you would enter the clouds at 500 and leave them at 300. That was just so amazing. You were so close to the ground that some of the buildings actually stuck out of the top of the clouds. I mean, how cool is that? Terrain noted. Okay, with those gusts in the forecast, let's go ahead and configure a little earlier here. Flaps 3, gear down. And we are clear to land, so we can already turn the taxi lights on. Like this. Flaps 4. Speed check, flaps 4. So, man speed.
United 702, hold short of runway 28 left.
It's really interesting if you look outside and see how far off that we are from the center line. But if you then look at the localizer indication, that's quite the distance. I wonder if that is accurate. Alright, before landing checklist. Altimeters, QNH 3005, flaps 4 indicating, cabin ready, before landing checklist complete. This is interesting as well. We are within 1 dot from the glide slope, but the poppy shows 4 reds. It's not what it's normally supposed to happen.
United 888, hold short of runway 19 right.
Runway 19 right, United 888.
But yeah, then I'm just gonna
United 2322, hold short of runway 1 left.
fly ourselves visually into the poppy there, because I trust the poppy a little more. Okay, so there is one airplane on the taxiway, but I'm not gonna do the Air Canada now.
500.
So at the moment I don't really feel any of those gusts that are supposed to be here.
200.
Poppy seems a little off.
United 888, hold short of runway 19 right.
50. United 888. 20.
United 2322, hold short of runway 1 left.
Spoilers, reverse green. Decel. $70 knots.
Approaching runways.
Annual brakes. Alright, and the next exit is ours.
Air Canada 757 exited Echo if able, contact ground on 121.8.
Echo's here. Exit Echo 118, Air Canada 757. San Francisco ground, Air Canada 757, request to cross runway 28 left.
28 left.
Ladies
Locked.
and gentlemen, welcome to San Francisco. Did you know that San Francisco is home to the famous
Air Canada 757, cross runway 28 left approved.
Approaching 1.
Crossing 28 left approved, Air Canada 757.
we reach our final
Request taxi to the gate.
flight crew. Thank you for flying with Air Canada. The local time is 10:45 in the morning.
Right, data, arrival, airport.
Air Canada 757, taxi to Terminal 2 Gate D12 via Echo Bravo Tango Alpha. Good day.
Delta 12, Echo Bravo Tango Alpha, Air Canada 757, good day. Okay, we are completely clear.
4708, give way to the United 737.
Then just a quick check, parking gates, Delta 12 is right over here. Okay, so
Delta 794, cross runway 1 left.
they want us on Echo Bravo Tango Alpha. So Echo, Bravo, actually no,
United 2322,
no,
cross
right
runway
here,
1 right.
Tango Alpha.
Delta 794, cross runway 1 right.
Cross runway 1 right, Delta
Okay.
794.
Echo, Bravo, Tango, Alpha to the gate. Probably because of that United 787 there. Or the two United 787s actually.
Cross runway 1 left, Air India 4174.
Alright, after landing checklist complete. So, GSX, Delta 12. No follow me needed. Handling by...
Air India 4174,
I don't care. Give me
cross runway
something.
1 right.
Okay.
1 right, Air India 4174.
So we're supposed to turn left over here, and it looks like the 737 is waiting.
Cross 28 left, SkyWest 4708.
Or not. Okay, now it is. Good. Now a little close though. A little very close. But yeah, that should fit. Easily. As always, it's not as big as you think.
JetBlue 416, ready.
Okay, so now we're looking for Delta 12.
JetBlue 416, push back.
Just about turning on to here, and Delta 12 is by the Bravo line.
Pushback approved. JetBlue 416.
Okay, so taxi light's coming off. The Bravo line is the last one, and then our gate is right over here on the edge. Alright, here it is, Delta 12. That one gate over here, and the marshaller is there. Okay, so radar and lights are off. And here we are.
Cross runway 19 right, United 713.
Okay, parking brake is set.
Ready for push.
Skywest 5681, pushback approved.
Okay, APU or external power?
Roger, pushback approved.
APU
Skywest
is
5681.
on. Cabin crew, disarm slots and cross-check. Okay.
487, request pushback.
So, seatbelts, beacon,
United
and flight control test
487
required.
cleared for push
No,
and
we do
start.
not get the message here. And that's
Roger,
the
pushback
shutdown
approved.
checklist
United
complete.
487.
So, let's go ahead and request deboarding over here, get our services going. Then I'm going to deselect the frequency, just so that we get a bit of silence for ourselves here. Then let's go for the synoptic page. Doors should be opening any moment. Then, let's see, they do have an air conditioning unit here and it's just 16 degrees anyway. So, ground equipment, attach shocks, attach ground power unit. And with the GPU in place, we can shut the APU down. No need to waste any fuel over here. And guys, that's what I can offer you. Thank you very much for flying along. Hope you enjoyed the flight with us. As you can see, 5.5 hour trip, and the 220 can absolutely go on to the very long medium hauls over here. Can do long haul as well. May do a video of that in the future. But for now, thank you very much for watching. As always, like, comment and subscribe, and if you really love what I'm doing on this channel, I would appreciate a small donation through the Buy Me Coffee link in the video description below. Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to see you all again right on the next one.